It was a bit of a journey yesterday evening because I went to pick up my latest project bike, and I'm actually very excited about this one. It's not quite as old as some of the others. People who know me would say, hang on, you want to pick up a new project in a project you haven't finished yet? Well, that's the way it goes. Now, this is a bike that I've owned versions of this back since the 90s, and I really fancied having a go on another one before I'm too old to be able to bend over. So here's the unveiling of what I think is a very exciting bike. It's quite a bit younger than my last couple of projects by about 20 years or so, but it's still, you know, best part of quarter of a century old. I've had about 4 versions of this particular type of bike in the past. The first one was one of the original Fireblades with the 2 headlights, and I have very fond memories of it. I had this model, and I had one for about 2 years and used to go to work on it every day in the summer anyway. It is the SC33, the second version of the Fireblade, the Fox Eye, and this is from the first year. It's a 1996. Now, originally this one was in black and yellow, right? And the story of it being painted the way it is was that the guy who had it before the guy I bought it off decided he didn't like the stickers and peeled them all off. Having done that, realised that it looked pretty crappy, so he never used it, sold it on, and the guy I bought it off has painted it black, and it's not a bad 2-pack black, but it's not particularly wonderful paint, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. With it having been repainted, I was actually concerned that it might have had, you know, a bit more of a crash than you'd have hoped. However, the frame rails, which always seem to get damaged on these, look to be okay. Also, it seems to have pretty much the original indicators, original mirror along with the condo. The brackets for the fairings seem okay. The footrests seem okay on both sides. So if it has been down the road, at least those bits seem to have been, you know, done reasonably well. Overall though, it's pretty tatty. You know, things like the seat's a bit loose still, corrosion here and there, so there's quite a lot to improve on it. My intention is a sympathetic back towards standard with it, but while keeping it as a sort of rolling bike that I can ride and have a bit of a play about during the summer. I'm not sure about the colour yet. I did get 2 sticker sets with it, which was quite surprising. One of them's the original yellow, and the other one is the sort of gold and silver, which was actually the colour of the one that I used to ride to work on. I'm thinking that I may consider redoing the paint and putting the yellow and black kit on it, but nothing's firm that. What do you think about that? You know, you might consider that the gold and silver might be better. The wheels have been powder coated gold. I'm really not quite sure why. It should have been black, and gold's not an option that I've seen very often. However, they do seem sound, so maybe I might just paint over the top, or maybe I'll just live with them. It's got what I would say was probably a period correct micron carbon fibre cam. They don't half look tacky these days, so I'm not quite sure what I would do with that. I would like an original one, to be honest, which were an aluminium. Also, the headers, although they're not holed underneath, are a bit tatty, and there's a couple of dings which are a bit suspicious, to be honest, but maybe something I can fix. I haven't ridden this yet, but most of my projects aren't even running, so that's not anything unusual. This is strange in that I do know it starts and it sounds reasonably okay. I do know it'll select gears and I can move it forward and backwards. I'm waiting a little while till I've given it a really good check over before I insure it and take it on the road. But I'm really looking forward to see if it fulfills my memory of what these bikes are like. The bit that offends me more than anything else is this, where this isn't level. I'm really going to have to sort that before I do anything. Now, I'm going to be refreshing this, and it's going to be like archaeology. You find things you don't expect. Some of them are treasure, some of them are just a load of dirt. I'm going to intersperse it with my other projects, because obviously I've got to scatter my time carefully amongst them, but I'm really excited to get this one out on the road. So if you want to follow along with this, why not subscribe? We put all kinds of stuff onto our channel, but thanks for watching anyway, and if you like it, do put a thumbs up, it does help us along the way.